Today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down my top 5 investments for this NBA season. Some breakout players that I think have a good opportunity to take the next step and really skyrocket in price. Now, before we get into that, I did want to say this week's giveaway is a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander rookie silver prism and a PSA 9. It is around a $100 card. We're going to be giving it away to one lucky person who subscribes, like this video, and then follow us on Instagram at itskanalahuja, my personal Instagram. Once you follow those 3 steps, you will go ahead and be entered into the giveaway, and we will be announcing it on my Instagram at itskanalahuja, so definitely make sure to follow and stay tuned. So without further ado, we are going to hop right into this video. So the first player that is on my list for guys I am actively looking to buy heading into this season is going to be Devin Vassell. Now, Devin Vassell has been a guy who's been on my list for quite a while. I just think he has an extremely underrated game. And he simply got zero attention because he's been on the San Antonio Spurs that haven't been very good for the last couple years. As you guys can see, his red prisms out of 299, one of his premier prism rookie cards, his prism numbers, are going for, very low numbers compared to where I assume they would be compared to watching his game. Now, he averaged nearly 20 points a game last season. He's one of the cornerstones of the San Antonio Spurs franchise. And he recently signed a 5-year, $146 million contract just a couple days ago. Now, the main reason for this investment is because he's going to be playing alongside Victor Wembanyama, and Victor Wembanyama is going to bring a lot of attention to the Spurs team. They're going to have one of the most, highest rated on TV, so they're going to play them close to compared to the league. So last year they were one of the bottoms in national televised games. This year they're going to be one of the top teams for national televised games. So there's going to be a lot of people having their eyes on the Spurs simply because Wemby is going to be playing for the Spurs. So I think this is definitely going to help Devin Vassell get a lot of attention. The Spurs are going to be hyped up, and I think when people see Devin Vassell's game, his card prices are going to really take a jump, and the Spurs are going to be a team that overall are going to get a lot more attention now that Wemby's on the team. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is going to be Damian Lillard. Now, I know Damian Lillard's card prices have recently gone up a lot, obviously because he did go to the Bucks. He went from a team that was pretty much irrelevant to a team that is now a championship contender, and of course, one of the favorites to win the Eastern Conference. So I believe that this overall price gain that we've seen over the last couple days in Damian Lillard's market, it's just a smudge of what we're going to see in the future. Now, Damian Lillard's card prices had been so incredibly low because he was so irrelevant on the Blazers and he was injured. I wouldn't say he was irrelevant, but his cards were not really relevant because there was no reason to buy his cards. He's not like a young up-and-coming star, and he did not have a chance to win a championship. So his cards were pretty much forgotten about. Now, of course, with him joining the Blazers, I believe there's going to be a lot of attention around Damian Lillard. He's going to be in the spotlight finally, and I think overall his card prices have a long way to go. For the player that he is, if he can start winning championships or start contending to win championships, I think his card prices might look incredibly undervalued, because even though they've gone up, a good 20% since he's been traded, overall his card prices were sitting at the rock bottom compared to the star that he is. So I still think there's a lot of upside. Of course, I would not buy in quite yet. I would probably wait a little bit just for his card prices to settle down a tiny bit before the season, but I would definitely try to get into some of his cards, before the Bucks continue to shine, and hopefully, be seen as favorites in the Eastern Conference during the season. Now, without further ado, we're going to hop right into Damian Lillard's new teammate. We got Giannis. Of course, Giannis is one of those guys where I think the risk is incredibly low given how low his prices have gone since they got eliminated last season pretty early. A lot of his cards have been, sitting at a price level that I think there's a lot of upside. You can get some of his premier rookie cards, for example, a Select Blue out of 49, for just a couple thousand. And I personally believe Giannis is going to be the face of the league when LeBron and Steph and all these, faces retire, which is honestly going to be probably within the next 4 to 5 years. We're going to see Giannis be, and of course, LeBron's already been slowing down. Steph will likely start to slow down in a couple years, and KD will likely retire and start to, settle down a little bit. So I think Giannis in the next few years will be seen as the face of the NBA, and I think that's going to be just a massive bump in his prices. And his cards are incredibly low pop. His 2013 was before, a lot of this big printing in the hobby happened. So we're seeing a lot of low pop cards of his, come down to very reasonable numbers, like his Select Silver, his Select Blue, his Prism Coloreds, like his Prism Blue. These are incredibly short printed parallels, and they are sitting pretty low in price compared to where they were. So I think there's a lot of great opportunity in Giannis's market. So I'm definitely stacking up on some of his cards right now. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next pick, and that is going to be De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox is a player who had a semi-breakout year, his first real appearance in the playoffs last season. They were the 3rd seed, took the Warriors to Game 7, nearly took them down. Of course, Fox was playing with an injured hand, so I do believe that as, the Kings continue to solidify themselves in the Western Conference, as, a team that has a lot of potential in the future. Of course, they've got Sabonis, they've got Fox, they've got a lot of young key pieces like Keegan Murray who could potentially take that leap. But I think Fox overall is just incredibly undervalued for how much he's, I would say for his current potential. If you look at the amount of money people throw at Jason Tatum's market and Luka Doncic's market and Trae Young's market, I believe Fox should be right there with them. Of course, maybe not at Luka and Tatum's level quite yet, but I do believe he's ahead of many stars that people throw a lot more money at, like Trae Young. So I do believe there's a lot of upside in De'Aaron Fox's market. If they have another solid season, a top 3 seed, I believe we're going to see their prices go up. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into the next pick, the last pick, the giveaway pick, but that is going to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had a breakout season last year. He became a true star in this league, but I truly believe his prices, still don't justify his true talent and what he could do in the future. I personally believe him to be one of the few faces of the NBA moving forward. Now, of course, that is a bit of a stretch. I'm personally very high on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been putting up pretty much 30-point triple-doubles whenever he wants. And I just think his talent is very scary. And this season, they're going to have a healthy Chet Holmgren. Of course, Giddey continues to develop. They've got Jalen Williams. They've got a lot of stars, a lot of young stars, to where I think the Thunder are going to be a really exciting team to watch. I believe they're likely going to make their first playoff experience this coming season. So there's just a lot of interesting, awesome things going on in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's market. And you can still get some of his cards for very affordable prices comparatively to other stars. I believe his prices should be well above Trae's. But yeah, I'm personally very high on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, if you would like to enter into the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe, like this video, follow me on Instagram, and comment the word done. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.